here's a great scene when Dad comes back.
Martha, it's me, Dad. I converted for you.
He's just like, I'm with you. I get it. Yo, I'm part of Morty too. I'm a Morty also. Oh, by the way, this the cafeteria sucks.
Oh, a kitchenette, you say. Such red carpet treatment.
I love you. I'm just kidding.
Excuse me? I said thank you. I love it. We're all part of Morty.
Hey, welcome to Stream This, where we stream shows to let you know if you should
stream this. Hi, I'm Javier Lopez.
Hey, I'm Aaron.
JP behind the camera here. So this episode starts off with already a callback. Aaron, explain this to us.
Yeah, so back in Season 2, Episode 2, they go into this arcade called
Blips and Chips!
which is like a Dave & Buster's, and there's this VR game called Roy, and the purpose of the game is from birth to death, you play as this character called Roy. So we have a continuation of this Season 2 callback where they're playing the game of Roy.
Do you understand time dilation?
Basically, you got these hooligans outside this grocery store. I just love how they kind of spout out some cliches.
Give it up, old man. We're just cool, bad kids doing young stuff.
And believe it or not, you think this just might be like a minor joke, but these characters play like kind of a pivotal role in the entire episode.
They definitely do. It's extra funny also because when they do the voices in Rick and Morty, obviously Justin Roiland, one of the writers, he does Rick and Morty's voice, but they always have like ringers come in to do the voices of the other characters. So in this opening scene, it's kind of funny to see all the characters are played by Justin Roiland.
When I first heard the beginning of the episode, I was just like, what is this? The only two voice actors on this show?
Let's go check it out. Oh, jeez. Come on, just for fun, you know?
And then Aaron laughed because he was just like, wait, I think we're on to something right now, and we really are.
They're all Morty.
You're all my grandson. Your name is Morty. You're stuck in a video game, and I'm here to get you out.
In meta commentary, they literally all are the same person. But we don't, as the audience, know that yet. But it is funny to hear it just off the bat, knowing that, oh, yeah, it is actually the same guy doing all these voices and not usually like that.
Imagine if that was real life.
It kind of is real life. Think about how everyone interrupts our ecosystem with all their theories and makes us scared.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Come here. Oh, jeez. Come here.
Listen, that's what this whole episode is surrounding, guys. This episode is a premise off of people that fall into certain religious beliefs or scientific beliefs, and then we're all at a struggle of what we should do and how we identify ourselves.
Family had a perfectly fine religion. You were raised Jewish.
This whole episode is just so mind-boggling because it's a parallel on reality. And they find a very fun satire on that. So here we have like the preacher, the cult leader here.
No, that's not what I'm... You guys keep thinking I'm a religious leader. This isn't a religion.
It's Rick. No, he's the only Rick. He's actually the
Grandpa.
So he's like Neo.
Yeah, look, I feel like every time I explain this, I lose followers.
So outside the world, Summer's like defending her grandfather and brother.
There's an alien army shooting people. What am I doing?
It's a small group of alien terrorists. Just do a Die Hard.
But also there's like a huge Die Hard, not just a reference, but it ends up becoming a big part of the plot for this entire episode, which I kind of loved because not only you don't need to be a Die Hard fan.
You've never seen Die Hard?
I'm 17. No, I've never seen fucking Die Hard.
Well, neither did the guy in Die Hard, so you're nailing it.
And what they did was they basically found movie tropes and cliches to kind of back up, where's the story going to go? And they were able to come up with a lot of fun plot twists during the episode, which I enjoyed a lot.
It's not every day one meets a fellow die-hard enthusiast.
So this scene right here, this is a pop culture reference, in my opinion. I think they're on the nose with this, with her cutting her hair and the parents not approving and her having gender identity issues.
I'm not a daughter, I'm a grandson.
Now, I know that everyone's being Morty, but I think in this scene in particular, it's a poke on people that need to address their pronouns, whether they're binary, or they're trans or non-gender. I think this is just like a satire on people's struggle with identity at this point in 2022.
But you went deep with that.
Well, I mean, I think that's what they're going with it because look at the father doesn't approve.
If you're not my daughter, why stand in my house spouting this shakafka? Why even live here?
He's like, you're out of the house. Mom's crying. And then she's like, well, I'm going to leave because I'm part of Morty anyway.
Yeah, that and a college degree will pay the rent.
And I think that they're kind of blending religion with identity issues. Yeah.
And it's also interesting as a meta commentary because it's like, if you think that, how some people say, we are all the universe, we are all one. And it's like, okay, they're They're all Morty.
We're 14. We like pizza and masturbation. We wear a yellow shirt and we have hair that looks like a brown helmet.
But they have problems and they disagree with each other. But really, they're all the same being. And if they would just all, except for this 8%, quote unquote, right, that we find out later,
Let's all
get along, then they would go into the future and they would, like, you know, they'd all get back to the real world.
Isn't that kind of like how we all have our internal issues that we deal with ourselves?
There's a lot of very deep dialogue.
In the end, what does it matter? Everyone's Morty. Nobody wants to die, and that's a hell of a reason to kill yourself, but what can we do?
I think that a casual viewer would just kind of sit there and chuckle
Ha! You'll know how funny that is when we get back.
and maybe absorb, but man, the message is pretty clear here.
I've heard the message, Roy. You're not on the clock here.
Yeah, if you're familiar at all with Dan Harmon, the writer of Rick and Morty, it's constantly meta references and like self-referential for Dan Harmon, the writer. He's talking about the fan base for Rick and Morty when he's like, yeah, I have a message, but stop. It's not a fucking religion. It's just a
Yeah.
show.
Well, I do have a message from a world beyond this one, and I do need the entire world to hear my message. What I do not need is any more songs about it.
So it's almost a callback to his real life then, is what you're
Yeah.
saying.
Oh,
I love
yeah.
that.
I'm glad you enjoy this, but chill the fuck out.
I get it. Like, yeah, you're all part of Morty, but I mean, I just did it as a fucking episode from Rick and Morty. Like, like you don't gotta do a song and dance about it.
I'm Tickle Rick!
And have wars on Reddit about it.
Right. Exactly.
I mean, that's what I feel like through this whole episode, though. I love the layers, though.
There's a lot of layers. There's
like-
a lot to unpack.
So here we are, like literally, like the UN, the United Nations of Mortys are here, and all of them are like, do we sacrifice our life? Like, you know what? They make a lot of good points.
Look, I don't know about you, but I was already taking a big leap of faith here. We're basically giving up our lives to become a tiny part of a stranger. These lives aren't real. Yeah, but they're longer.
He's making fun of all the world religions and how they start wars based off religion.
Holy war! Holier war! Holiest war ever!
They do.
What a commentary on religion and life. Like, hey, do we all sacrifice our very meaningful, real experiences to like become part of this collective humanity and try to, you know, do something for the world, you know?
Yeah.
You
All
know.
right, so let's wrap this up. We're here now. We're in the ruins. What's going on?
This is a callback to the ruined cities in the Twilight world in Inception. So they look at everything. Everything's old and decrepit and destroyed.
I like this part, though. I'm not sure you're part of Morty because of your generation.
Do you know how offensive that is?
So the final scene with Summer, I kind of saw this coming. She walked out of nowhere, and I'm like, you gave up too easily for there not to be a twist here. So the minute she walked out, I just had a feeling that there's going to be like a big yippee-ki-yay ending,
Walkie-talkie, die hard. Motherfucker.
and also that she had a trick up her sleeve, which she completely did. And she revealed that she kind of read the end of the book.
You left your book in the bathroom. I read it while I took a shit. I mean, mostly the ending.
I just feel like her victory was more of like her kind of out trivializing his knowledge on Die Hard and his expectations on her.
Oh, does that happen in Die Hard? Does John McClane laugh and then Hans Gruber is confused, but then they start laughing together for a
That
second?
actually does happen.
He lost by underestimating her. So how did they get out? Like, maybe that wasn't clear to me.
They went out to the edge of space.
What do we do in outer space? I mean, nothing. It's fake. We keep going. The game's map has edges, but the game's engine will let us go past them. That will force the game to reset. But first, it'll kick us out.
So this ending here, you got the arcade and it's getting rolled out, and he said something about how it's still kind of playing or something.
The game's still going, but Roy's dead.
What?
Yeah, he's just a corpse floating at the edge out of space, but for some reason the game won't restart because it's centered on some old lady living a full life.
You know what this scene reminds me of?
Noah.
Monsters Inc.
Indiana Jones.
Oh, Indiana Jones. I was thinking Monsters Inc.
Really cool.
What?
All right, so we have an end credits scene. This is another Die Hard reference. This is Die Hard with a Vengeance.
It didn't say that originally.
It did not say that.
Well, the sign from Die Hard 3 was clearly racist.
Obviously, but I think we went too broad. Everybody. I mean, who is that offending?
Everybody.
Guys, we play a little game. That is whoever gets closest to the IMDb rating of the episode wins a prize. And you guys will win the same prize at home. You just got to make sure you sign up for the sweepstakes. Link in the bio. Episode 2.
9.2.
9.2.
Wow,
Damn.
that's so
I
high.
like the references. I mean, growing up being a Blockbuster kid, seeing the movie that's referencing that.
Good. I thought he was about to say growing up being a black kid. Okay, what do you think, Aaron?
I would give it like an 8.4.
All right, let's check it out here. Aaron's got to win this one. It's at 8.0, believe it or not. I actually think that deserved a higher rating.
I do too.
Would you stream this? Are you a Rick and Morty fan? If you're not, why? Let us know in the comments. I got to tell you, this episode is a stream all over. I will stream into another dimension. It's so good.
I would crush streams for the show.
I would cross
so hard.
Triple cross.
I don't even care of the consequences.
I would braid 3 of our dicks together and stream.
Wow. There's an image.